Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is the 16th snowflake of the 25 Days of Snowflakes. Now this one looks a little wonky until we get this one starched, but I think this is a very pretty snowflake. But all it consists of really is 3 rounds. We just have a round that kind of looks like a flower, another round that looks like a flower, and then a round where we make these pretty little posts, which consists of 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles, chain 8, 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles, and then we work little chain 2, 2 single, chain 2. So it's pretty easy, and like in all my videos I say, you can use any yarn you want to. Just use whatever hook that yarn's recommended you to use. But for this snowflake, I used a size 10 crochet thread. Mine is Red Heart. A 1.75 millimeter crochet hook. My needle is magnetic to my scissors. You need a pair of scissors, a needle to weave in your ends. Now this needle, I used a number 22 DMC, which these are for embroidery and cross stitch, but they work great to weave in the ends of our thread. And you're gonna need a stitch marker, okay? All right, that's it. Let's get started. Okay, to start with our 16th snowflake, we're gonna get a slip knot on our hook. And we're going to start with a chain of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Slip stitch to the first chain to form a ring. And now we're going to double crochet into the ring, or I'm sorry, chain 1, and then we're going to double crochet into our ring. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot to zoom you guys in. All right, chain 4. And we're going to repeat that 5 more times. So we have 6 chain 4s. Okay, so that was 1 double, chain 4. So double, chain 4. 2, 3, 4. Double, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double, chain 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 chain 4s, and we need 6. So double, chain 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Double, one, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 chain 4s. So now we're going to slip stitch to the first double crochet. And chain 1. And that's the end of round 1. I'm going to give that tail a little bit of a tug. We don't want to completely close it. Okay, so to move on to round 2, we're going to single crochet into that same double we just slip stitched into. So go right in there for a single. I'm going to stop and mark that. Get out of there. Now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to single crochet into this chain 4. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to single crochet into the top of that double. chain 4, or I'm sorry, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we single crochet into the chain 4. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single crochet into the top of that double. And that's the repeat. Chain 6, single into the chain 4. Chain 6, single into the top of the double. Chain 6, single into the top of the, into the chain 4. Chain 6, single crochet into the top of the double. Repeat that around, and I'm going to meet you in that last chain 4 space, okay? So right before our slip knot. Dang it, our stitch marker. Ugh, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've come to the last chain 4 space. I single crocheted into it. Now we should have 11 chain 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Get back on there. Okay, so instead of chaining 6, at the end of round 2, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to remove the stitch marker, and we're going to double crochet right into that very first single crochet of the round. Right where that stitch marker was, we're going to work a double. So now we should have 12 chain 6 loops. Okay, so that was the end of round 2, and we're going to move on to round 3, and we're just going to chain 1. And then right around the post of that double we just made, we're going to work a single crochet. And then I'm going to stop. And I'm going to mark that single with a stitch marker. Okay? Now we chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to single crochet into the next chain 6 loop. Single crochet into there. Chain 3, 2, 3, and then we're going to single crochet into the next chain loop. And then we're just going to repeat that. Chain 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Single crochet into the next chain loop. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the next chain loop. So that's the repeat for round 3. Single crochet, chain, well, this is a single crochet, chain 10, single crochet into the next chain loop. Chain 3, single crochet into the next chain loop. Chain 10, single, chain 3, single, chain 10, single, chain 3, single. Repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you when we get to the last chain loop. Not the chain 3 with the double, just that last chain 6 loop, okay? I want to meet you right there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've come back around, and into that last chain 6 loop, I worked my single crochet after my chain 10. Now to finish off round 3, instead of working the chain 3 and slip stitching, we're going to work a chain 1, 2, 3, and then into that very first single crochet that we just worked, that we have our slip stitch marker in, we're going to work a double crochet. Okay, so now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain 10 spaces, okay? All right, so that was the end of round 3. We're going to move on to round 4. So we are going to chain 1, and then just like before, we're going to kind of angle our work a little bit and work a single crochet right around the post of that double we just worked. I'm going to mark that with my stitch marker. Okay. So now we are going to chain 2, and then we're going to go from that chain 2. Sorry about that, guys. I'm getting lost in my pattern. So we have a single around the post of that first, or that double that we worked, chain 2, and into this chain 10, we are going to work 2 singles, 1 and 2, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, dang it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to come back down, 2 singles, 1 and 2, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come back down and work 2 singles, 1 and 2. Now we're going to chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to come back down into that chain 10 loop still, and we're going to work 2 singles. 1 and 2. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 singles, 1 and 2. I lost that one. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to come back into that chain 10 with 2 singles. 1 and 2. So now we should have 2 chain 5s, a chain 8, and then 2 chain 5s in that chain 10 loop. All right, and now we start the repeat over, or not the repeat, but we chain 2, and then into the small chain 3 space, we work 2 singles, 1 and 2. And now the repeat is chain 2, and then into the chain 10 we work 2 singles, 1, 2, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back down for 2 singles, 1, 2, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back down for 2 singles, 'Okay, so we got our 2 chain 5s, just like we had here. Now we do that chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back down. Okay, trying to scoot this down. We're going to come back down. Oop, that was too much. Come back down for 2 singles into that chain 10. 1, 2, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 singles back in there in that chain 10. 1, 2, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finish it off with 2 singles. 1, 2. So before we move on, I'm just going to stop and check. Everything moved a little. All right, we have 2 chain 5s, a chain 8, 2 chain 5s, and that begins and ends with 2 singles, so we got that. And now we chain 2 to move on to our little chain 3 loop. 1, 2, into that little chain 3 loop, we get 2 singles. Dang it. And start the repeat over with the chain 2, and then we work 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles, chain 8, excuse me, 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles, chain 5, or just 2 chain 5s, 2 singles back into the loop, chain 2, and move on to our little chain 3 loop. Work your 2 single crochet into there, start it over again with 2 single crochets, chain 5, 2 single crochets, chain 5, 2 single crochets, chain 8, 2 single crochets, chain 5, 2 singles, chain 5, 2 singles. We're done with that big old chain 2, so now we move on to the little bitty chain 3 with the chain 2, 2 single crochets, start the repeat over with the chain 2, and back into the chain loop with the stitches, our little point stitches. Okay, so you guys repeat that around, and I'm going to meet you right when I work the last 2 single crochets into this last chain loop, chain 10 loop, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I've made it to my last chain 10, and I work the last 2 single crochet into there. My stitch marker out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is chain 2, and right around that, remember at the end of round 3, instead of working just the simple chain 3 and slip stitch to the beginning, we worked that chain 3 and then we double crocheted, and then to start round 4 we chain 1 and then single crocheted around the post of that double. Well, what we're going to do now is single crochet right next to that first single crochet that we have marked with the stitch marker. Just single crochet right next to that. And then all we're going to do, remove that stitch marker, slip stitch to that first single, chain 1 and pull up a loop. And that's the end of our 16th snowflake. Now I know it's a little wonky right now, like after we get this soaked in some of that starch for a few minutes and then get this all straightened out, when we starch them they'll look a lot better, but right now it's kind of all mangled together. But all we're going to do now, if you want to use the that little metal hook for a Christmas tree ornament, you can get a pack of them from Walmart. If you're going to use that, chain 1, pull up a loop, fasten off. If you want to use your thread as a hanger, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, pull up a long loop so we can weave it in, and then we're going to cut. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weave in my center tail first, just to get that out of the way. Okay, get this on my needle. Ah, come on. Sometimes it helps if you give it like a fresh cut. There we go. All right. Now I'm just going to go underneath the legs of my stitches. And I'm not going to close it. I don't want that center hole closed. I want to open just a tad. About that much. That's enough. Now I'm just going to finish weaving these ends in. Or this end. Alright, I'm going to cut it there. Okay. So now to make our little hanger, If you notice the way, you know, after we get the starch, it's going to be that nice, pretty 6-point. But see how that stitch or that slip stitch is right here? Well, I'm going to go ahead and make my hanging loop. I'm just going to bring it back and I'm going to run it back through here. So that way my hanger sits somewhat in the center of my posts of my snowflake. Okay, so I'm just going to come to this side of that slip knot. I'm going to start running it through some stitches. Now once this little tail part is through, I'm going to stop. Ow, I poked myself. Turn that over and I'm going to kind of gauge. I think I got it in a knot. Nope. I'm going to gauge my little hanger. And after I put some of my snowflakes on my tree, I realized my hanger is a little long. So I'm going to try to make this one a little smaller. About right like that. I think that's a good length. And now all I'm going to do is hold on to that loop because I don't want to lose the length I've got. And I'm just going to start running this back through some stitches. And I'm going to go back. Okay, and cut. And there we go. There's our 16th snowflake. So of course keep your eye out for the starching video, which will have 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 in it. There, back you guys up. This one is really pretty, I think. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed my little tutorial. We are getting closer to the end of these snowflakes. I'm getting excited. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And check out my description box. I got all sorts of links down there for you guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.